I got to dive into a couple of leaders who are very prominently on display at the DNC. Andrew Cuomo is held up as one of the pillars of leadership at the DNC. He gave a speech calling COVID a metaphor. I'm not kidding you. Pavlina, do we still have that in the archives? Do we still have Governor Andrew Cuomo earlier in the week? I still am in a state of shock that this governor, whose state leads the nation in deaths, not only per capita, but overall deaths, 32,000, number one in the country, is not only reducing this worldwide pandemic to a metaphor for Trump. Trump bad, virus bad, elect Joe Biden. He's writing a book. I was reading Brian Flood over at foxnews.com yesterday. Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is under fire for announcing Tuesday that he will author a book, American Crisis, about his handling of coronavirus. Washington Post book critic Carlos Lozada wrote, "I didn't realize this whole thing was over and elected officials had the time to write books and reflect on it now." As this article points out, Cuomo is regularly blamed for thousands of deaths in New York's nursing homes after his controversial policy in late March essentially ordered nursing homes to accept coronavirus patients from hospitals. That was a measure designed to free up hospital beds. Cuomo eventually reversed the policy, the order, and has been widely criticized. So as a result, social media was shocked when news broke Tuesday morning Cuomo will write a new book about his experience overseeing New York. It will be released October 13th. So he's going to write a book in 6 or 7 weeks. And a lot of people reacted. One journalist wrote, WTF. I won't tell you what WTF means. I hope you know. WTF, one journalist wrote. He's writing a book in the midst of an ongoing crisis. Hours after the book was announced, President Trump said in a speech, now AP estimates that the real Cuomo number of people killed because of his total incompetence is 11,000, not the 6,000 that was originally thought. And yet, that's Democrat leadership. That's a guy that the Democratic Party believes should be held up as a pillar of leadership and virtue in the coronavirus era. Incidentally, this discrepancy, New York, not only, listen, this is very important. This nursing home disaster, New York only counts residents who died on nursing home property, not individuals who were transported to hospitals and died there. That's what President Trump was referring to with the AP. In other words, if a nursing home patient infected with COVID because of Cuomo's policy started to die and was transported to a hospital for an attempt to save their life, that number doesn't get counted. For months, the Cuomo administration has refused to release the number, the actual number. You don't think Cuomo's doing his best to manipulate the deaths? You don't think New York is doing all it can to manipulate and to hide the number of people who died? Listen, they're already number one. And as Guy Benson writes in a pretty profound article at townhall.com, states like Florida and Texas have flattened the curve, have done exactly what the experts said we needed to do, while New York and New Jersey most certainly did not.